Hello, I'm going to show you how to connect your domain to your Google blog, that's to Blogger. The first thing you have to make sure is you have to confirm if your domain on Kwikaweb has propagated. Now, how do you know your domain has propagated? You would go to your domain, like you can open a new tab and go to your domain, like you put in your domain and then you like search or like you just visit your domain. Now, if you see that your domain is giving you this landing page, like you are seeing this default landing page, that means your domain has propagated. So this is the domain I want to connect to my Google blog, that is quickershop.com, right? And you can see showing me that my domain is live. Now, if you visit your domain and you see that your domain is saying like your site can't be reached or your site refused to connect or is not going, you must wait. Like, let's say you just got the domain, you must wait, or you just change the name server, you must wait for at least 3 to 72 hours. You must wait within that time frame. As long as you get this default landing page, right, that means it has propagated, right? So after that, then you can continue the tutorial. But if you have not gotten, like if it has not propagated, then I would advise that you wait until it propagates before you continue the tutorial. Now the next thing is um for let me go back to Kwikaweb. The next thing is for anyone that has a web hosting plan with Kwikaweb. Now, if you have a domain and a web hosting plan with Kwikaweb, like that, your domain has a web hosting plan also. The way you would update your zone records, you can still like connect your domain to your Google blog, but the only way you now have to do it now is that's for anyone that has a web hosting plan, right? You come to your web hosting, like now you can see web hosting, right? Go to your web hosting plan and you can click on manage, and then you have to click on login to Webuzo, and then you would scroll down to the domain section, and then you click on DNS zone settings, and then this is where you will add your like any zone record that Google gives you when you want to connect your blog. This is where you will add it. So you can still follow the steps, but for you that has a web hosting plan, it is here you are supposed to add your record, right? So now that we've gotten that, like now that I've clarified that, I'll go back to Kwikaweb and then I'll click on my dashboard. Now, for anyone that just has only a domain, that means you only bought a domain from Kwikaweb. Now I'm going to show you. So we'll click on domains and then we'll click on manage DNS. And then remember I said I want to connect quickershop.com, right? So here I'll just click on the pencil icon, edit DNS zone. And now these are my zone records. So I'll go to Blogger. I'll go to Blogger and then I'll click on settings. And then here I'll click on custom domain and I'll input my custom domain, but I'll input it as www.quickershop.com. You must put the www dot. So don't just put it as like quick, like now if I put it as quickershop.com without the www dot, I'll get an error. So I'll still get an error, but the error I'll now get this time, since I put www dot, is an error giving me the records to add. So see, I'll click on save, and you can see we have not been able to verify your authority on this domain, right? So Google is telling me please put in the following records: cname www dot, and then the destination should be ghs.google.com. So I'll copy this ghs.google.com. So I'll copy this, I'll go to my DNS manager, and instead of adding record, you can see I already have www.quickershop.com. If I add record, like if I add it according to what Google is telling me, it would create, like it will give me an error. It will not be able to add that record. So instead, what I'll just do is I'll click on this pencil sign, I'll click on edit record, and then I'll change the CNAME value to ghs.google.com, and I'll click on confirm, and then I'll go back to Blogger, and here Google is telling me another record name, right? So I'll copy this GDEX7, I'll copy it up to the 3, right? And then I'll go back to my DNS manager, I'll click on add record, type CNAME, I'll put the name here, and then I'll go back to Blogger, and then this destination I'll copy from the GV, right? I'll copy it to com, like .com. So I'll copy that, and I'll change my TTL to 900, which is the default TTL for our DNS manager, and then I'll put that here, and I'll click on confirm, and you can see I've put that, right? And then the next thing I will now do is I'll click on save. So let's see if Google will be able to verify what I have done. So I'll click on save, and you can see Google has verified it. That's now www.quickershop.com. So now it's showing my domain. Now the next thing is for Google, whenever you connect your blog, we always recommend that you also update your IP. That's your A records. You should point it to Google too. So to do that, I'll just search on a new tab, connect domain to Blogger, and then the first option, the first result you see, which is set up a custom domain. If this is not the first result, just make sure that whatever result you are seeing is from Google. Like you can see here, I can see is Google Help, I can see the Google logo, I can see the URL is support.google.com. So you just click on this, right? And then you will scroll down, and here you can see add these 4A records to Google IPs. So we'll be adding this A record. The reason why I'm showing you this from here directly on Google is in case they ever update it, at least if you come to this page, Google should show you if they ever update it. So we'll be adding these 4 records. So what we'll do is we'll first take the first one, 216.239.3221. I'll copy that. I'll go back to my DNS manager. Here I already have an A record for quickershop.com. So here, this A record, I'll just click on the pencil sign to edit it, and I'll paste the record that I copied from Google. I'll click on confirm, and then I'll go back to this set up a custom domain Blogger. I'll copy the second record. I'll go back to my DNS manager. Now remember, I only have only one A record, right? This one is not, like, don't think this is the same. This is localhost.quickershop.com, while this is quickershop.com. So I only have one of quickershop.com, and Google wants me to add 4. So I'll click on add record, I'll click on type A, name, at, and I'll change this TTL to 900, and I'll put the second record Google gave me. So I'll click on confirm, and then I will go back again. I'll take the third record, I'll do the same thing. I'll click on add record, type A, name, at, TTL 900, address, click on confirm. I'll go back again, and I'll take the last record, and then I'll just click on add record, type A, name, at, TTL 900, address, put the IP, and then I'll click on confirm. So you can see that we have already added what Google said we should add, right? So here in my blogger settings, so let's say I want to redirect, because we can see here in the top left, select blog from the menu, click on left, click on settings, and under publishing you can turn on redirect. So you just redirect, I mean under publishing, turn on redirect domain. So that's from here to www dot. So we'll go back to Google and then we'll just click on this redirect domain to. So you can see settings saved successfully. Now that means that we've connected our domain successfully to Google, to our Google blog. We've connected it to Blogger, and you might think that, oh, let me just quickly visit my domain, let me see if it's loading my blog. It might and it might not load your blog immediately during this period. Now that you see that we've added like a record, we've done some changes, you must let your domain propagate. And during this period it takes like 3 to 72 hours. So what we recommend is like every 3 hours you can check your domain to see, okay, is my blog loading now? You can check every 3 hours, as long as you follow the steps exactly what we've done in the video. As long as you apply those steps to your own domain, like you do those steps too, you should not experience any issue. And for those that have a web hosting plan with Kwikaweb, remember that we said you can also add your records, but we showed you that you have to add it in your web hosting control panel. So you have to log into Webuzo and then add it via the advanced DNS settings for your web hosting, like through your web hosting control panel. And as long as you also follow the steps of how we apply the records and the records we added, you should not have any issues. Your domain should also be able to connect successfully. And that's it. That's how to connect your domain to your Google blog or Blogger. Thank you for watching.